The Local Lap is brought to you by Tri-City National Banks. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Visit any of our 44 branches in southeastern Wisconsin for all of your banking needs. Visit our website at tcnb.com. And by QPS Employment Group. Whether you're looking for work or looking for talent, QPS is your staffing solution. Visit us at qpsemployment.com. Now, your host of the Local Lap, Jim Trado.
The Local Lap is where the racers and fans stay connected, and for the 2010 season, we brought in a pro. Bill Holland joins us, and Bill, it's going to be great to have you on our program. Thanks for joining us.
It is great to be here. The Local Lap is the type of racing television show I've wanted to be a part of for a long, long time, and I'm really excited to be working with you and all the folks involved in this show to really keep the racers and the fans connected. It's not just a slogan, it's what we're going to be doing.
And you've done this for a number of years. Maybe take us back to the origins of what you enjoyed as a kid that got you hooked on racing and now for us to enjoy on camera.
Well, I was fortunate enough to go to the races in central Wisconsin, places like the old Adams Friendship Speedway, Dell's Motor Speedway, which is now Dell's Raceway Park, Golden Sands when it was a brand new racetrack. I got to see my heroes, Marlon Walbeck, Lyle Nabafelt, Dick Trickle, Tom Reffner, Marv Marzovka. And the drivers in central Wisconsin, like Trickle, Reffner, Marzovka, and many others, they didn't just race for 5 or 10 years. They raced and won, not just in central Wisconsin, but all over the Midwest, really all over the country. And they built such a wonderful racing tradition to have the opportunity to cover that for the last 16 years. It's been tremendous.
And you're what I would call an ultimate race fanatic, because if it's a weekend, you're at a racetrack somewhere. Where do you expect to be this year covering the action for us here on the Local Lap?
I hope to be at as many tracks as possible. During the course of a season, I generally make it to about 20 speedways, mostly in Wisconsin, some in neighboring states. I've really enjoyed the programs like at Norway Speedway in Michigan, Elko Speedway and Raceway Park in Minnesota, Rockford Speedway down in Rockford, Illinois. But it's mostly Wisconsin because that's what I've been around really most of my life, and central Wisconsin, northeastern Wisconsin, trying to get to the bigger specials that I can. We're going to try to bring that to the Local Lap in the groove.
Well, Bill, let's now let the fans in on what you're doing each and every week, and thanks again for taking us along for the ride.
It is going to be a lot of fun, and we've talked enough. Let's drop the green flag on the very first In the Groove on the Local Lap.
It's the start of a new season at State Park Speedway just outside of Wausau, Wisconsin. And in many ways, it's a new beginning. Racing here at State Park Speedway dates back to the late 1950s, more than 50 years. But this opening night is a night unlike any other. After a number of lean seasons, one of State Park Speedway's favorite sons has now taken over the racetrack.
You know, the track really needed a lot of repair and was kind of going through a tough time, and me and my dad had the opportunity to come aboard and try to get it back racing and back on Thursday nights, and we were able to do that. And you know, so far it's been a lot of work, but we're seeing a lot of progress from it. We've got a great field of cars here tonight, so things are starting to look up, and you know, hopefully we can keep this running for a long time.
Wausau Scott Wimmer began his racing career at State Park Speedway, carrying on the number and the family racing tradition of his late uncle, Larry Deachens.
He's a huge part of it. You know, my Uncle Larry, my friend Flip Merwin, Wayne Holtz, all those guys were racers. And, you know, we got a great memorial down in the corner for those three. And, you know, it's really missing something without them here. But this is where my uncle started racing. I think he'd be proud of what we did to the racetrack.
Scott Wimmer will not be racing here tonight, but younger brother Chris will be a driver to contend with.
Once my brother and my dad got it and started working on it, it was neat to see all the people come out and volunteer their time. I mean, I can't count out how many people have come and never asked for anything, just came and donated their time, and it's a really neat deal, and all their help's greatly appreciated to finish this thing up.
Me, Scott, Chris, we've all raced here, and we've all learned running here, and we've all been successful going elsewhere, and we've got our learning from here. So how big is that to people that don't even realize it? I think this place is just as important as any other place that we've ever raced at, any of us.
There's a lot of people I talk to. There's a lot of buzz going around. A lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time are interested about coming back to the racetrack. So it's pretty exciting.
There is a lot of excitement in the ASA Sportsman feature. Scott Chico Riedner in the station wagon takes the win, with local favorite Wayne Mackesy ending up in the wall at the finish line. The late models will stand on it for 75 laps. Fox Valley veteran Jim Duco in the 12 and Jeremy Lepak in the 40 on the front row bring the field to green, and this one is underway. After all the buildup in recent weeks, this is the kind of late model racing action this crowd has come to see. And it's Lepak, the second-generation Wausau driver, putting that 40 car out front, getting the job done on the high side. Back in the pack, that's defending track champion Mark Mackesy. The 12 car didn't fire for qualifying, so he has to race from the back. Jeremy Lepak leads, with Chris Weinkoff running second in the black 99 car. And it's on. Lepak, the two-time Rockford Speedway national short track champion, trying to hold off the 99. Chris Weinkoff hails from Merrill, just north of here. Both Lepak and Weinkoff among the top drivers in central Wisconsin. Chris Weinkoff is closing, but watch Lepak use the lap car of Jim Duco to his advantage and extend the lead. Weinkoff comes right back, and the 99 car is working tonight. Chris Weinkoff takes the lead away from Lepak. Farther back, Wisconsin Rapids standout Mark Eswine in the 71 and Chris Wimmer have been battling for fourth all night long. Behind them, it's Burton Brown in the 07, Wausau's M.G. Gajewski, and Mark Mackesy's 12 car. Keith Bomsack in the 24 runs third, and he's closing in on Lepak for second. But after 75 laps, it's Chris Weinkoff with a big feature win on a big night at State Park Speedway.
We do a lot of driving. We're from up north here quite a ways, so whenever we went anywhere to race, I raced at the Dells, so that was 3 hours drive every Saturday for 4 years. We raced down there with Scott and Chris and the Wimmers, and it's just great to come home, be 20 to 15 minutes away. All my family is here, friends, people that saw me grew up. Bear was back in the pits today, and with Bickley being the pit steward, it's really cool. It brings back a lot of old memories. The track is in pretty decent shape, and it's really cool.
At State Park Speedway, I'm Bill Holland in the groove on the local lap, where the racers and fans stay connected.
Stay tuned to the local lap. Straight ahead, we're going kart racing at Badger Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin. The local lap is brought to you in part by Scott Field Builders. Quality craftsmanship guaranteed. Contact us at 920-458-5763. Stay connected with where we're going next. Log on to www.thelocallap.com. This segment of the local lap is brought to you by Badger Kart Club. Affordable racing action for the entire family. Visit us at badgerkartclub.com.
Hosting the WKA Grand National event multiple times and including the last 4 years consecutive, Badger Raceway does produce some of the premier racing in all of America, as many racers from across the country come race at Badger Raceway. Most importantly, every Sunday you can see the action at Badger Raceway in person, free spectator admission, and some great kart racing. We're now joined by a kart racer that races every Sunday at Badger Raceway, Chris Agana. Chris, thanks for coming on Local Lap.
Oh, thank you.
What got you involved? I understand this is your first year racing a kart.
Yeah, no, just the interest in motorsports altogether. A big fan of motorsports and ALMS and, just anything with wheels.
Now, you're not 10, you're not 12. You could have probably bought yourself a race car of any size. What made you choose karting?
I don't know. It's little, it's fun.
And the thing about it, I know a lot of racers started in karting and moved on to IndyCar, Formula One. I mean, if you're in Formula One at some point, you race the kart. The enjoyment you get has to be multiple faceted, because you've got competition on the racetrack, you've got a great club you're racing against, and it'll be there when you want to race at the same track and run for points.
Right.
When it comes to racing for points, you started the season pretty well this year. Did you surprise yourself in Yamaha Super Cam?
Oh yeah. Got a second place and a third place, but it's a good start for a rookie. So.
Tell us about the kart itself. What kind of engine? Is it a specific exhaust pipe? What does the kart weigh? Give us a good rundown.
Specifically in our class is 100cc air-cooled Yamaha motor, 2-stroke. Runs a 4-hole can. The specific weight is 355. We have to run a specific gas. The engines are spec'd and everything. Club tires. It's pretty much driver oriented. And
that's where I was going. This is in your hands now, because
Right,
the guy right next
exactly.
to you, right behind you, right ahead of you, has the same stuff. So where do you find you can get that competitive advantage, being this your first year?
I'm kind of lost in that on my own. I mean, I'm just still trying to figure everything out.
Now, go-karts are 1.5 inches off the ground. You're going 60, 70 miles an hour, even at Badger Raceway.
Yeah.
Have you had any scares yet? Because this is pretty fast, pretty low. I think you feel like you're going 2,000 miles an hour at some point.
Kind of. My first actual points race, me and some other guy got into it, and he spun out, and I, came out on top of that one. So that was about the most so far.
And Chris, before we turn you loose, talk one more time about the Sunday atmosphere. And I know you focus on your class, but with as many classes, as many kart racers, it's got to be a pretty cool environment to be part of as well.
Oh yeah, it's like one big happy family. I mean, you can go out and start talking with somebody. You can, mess around with some people. But yeah, no, it's happy. It's fun.
Chris, thanks for joining us on the Local Lap. You can find out more at the club's website, badgerkartclub.com.
This afternoon, we're at the Badger Raceway, home of the Badger Kart Club in Dousman, Wisconsin, where they continue 50-plus years of racing action. Let's go on inside and check it out.
Today's racing highlights from Badger Raceway feature the Tag Masters class. As the drivers prepare for the drop of the green flag, the front row is led by kart number 222, that's Jake Eschbach, and the number 3 of Mark Peterson. As the green flag drops, entering turn 1, Eschbach takes the early lead. Drivers in the Tag Masters class are seasoned veterans of kart racing, and at the speeds they are traveling, their skill level and kart control is very evident as they carve their way around this challenging 12-turn course. Drivers 35 years and older compete in the series, utilizing various allowable engine combinations, most of which being 125cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder packages, which pack plenty of speed and horsepower. On larger tracks, these karts can easily reach speeds over 100 miles per hour, but today on the half-mile Badger Raceway, look for speeds in the 70-mile-per-hour range. But around this technical course, there is no shortage of exciting wheel-to-wheel racing. While the backmarkers continue to wage their own battle, Eschbach begins to distance himself from the second and third place drivers. In just the few years since its inception, the Badger Tag Masters Series has provided racers and fans very close, highly competitive racing action. The Tag Masters Series, which travels to other racetracks during the season, makes Badger Raceway and Badger Kart Club its home track. It's not uncommon to have several drivers in contention for a win any given race day, and with such fierce and close racing, the series has yet to have a repeat champion. The unique format and schedule has led the way for dramatic on-track racing and close finishes. The number 13 of Mark Peterson is putting pressure on your leader, Jake Eschbach. The series has catered to a diverse selection of drivers with various backgrounds in racing. Some have just begun racing, while other drivers have moved up from other divisions of karting or completely different forms of motorsports. The driver roster includes those with past racing experience in stock cars, midgets, sprint cars, drag racing, as well as road course racing. With its regulated rules and format, all drivers are on an equal playing field. And as Eschbach takes the white flag, he holds a commanding lead. Behind the leader, a change in position takes place as the number 3 Mark Beyer passes the 13 of Mark Peterson, that again for the second spot. At the checkers, it's Eschbach, your winner, followed by Beyer, with the final podium position going to Mark Peterson. And now, Blake Wankowski, the man behind KartStar Motorsports, will give us an inside look at the services and products he offers to kart racers.
Hi, I'm Blake Wankowski with KartStar Motorsports, located in Muskego, Wisconsin. We are your exclusive Upper Midwest dealer for your Cosmic racing carts and OTK accessories. We also offer a wide range of services including chassis tuning, engine rebuilding, and maintenance programs for karters of all ages. Our driver development program is affordable, and racers gain valuable knowledge with our one-on-one teaching. This will improve their driving skills and understanding of the chassis dynamics. The program will improve their learning curve and have them up to speed faster. Here at KartStar Motorsports, we service all makes and models of go-karts. This kart in particular is the Cosmic Mercury model, which is an all 30mm tubing chromoly frame, and it comes standard with 25mm spindles, as well as caster and camber adjustments in the top and bottom. The total adjustment in the front end can come out to 40 different adjustments, which is very unique to any other kart in the market. One of the other very nice things about this kart is the dual master cylinder brake system, which is self-adjusting. Another unique feature on the Cosmic line karts is that it comes with all magnesium components, bearing cassettes and wheel hubs, and in return that lightens the kart up by 8 pounds lighter than every other kart on the market right now. Thank you for joining us at KartStar Motorsports. To learn more about the Cosmic Racing Kart, you can visit us at Badger Raceway in Dalton, Wisconsin, or online at www.kartstarmotorsports.com.
Stay connected with where we're going next and more. Log on to www.thelocallap.com. The Local Lap is brought to you by Plymouth Dirt Track, bringing you affordable family fun and entertainment. Racing starts 6 p.m. each and every Saturday evening. For upcoming events, visit our website at PlymouthDTR.com. By Super Shocks, shocks that deliver proven winners. Log on to supershocks.com. By Big Game Tree Stands. Until you've hunted out of a big game tree stand, it's hard to know the meaning of rock solid. To find a tree stand that fits your needs, visit our website at biggametreestands.com. And by Full Throttle Magazine, around Wisconsin's racing scene, giving it the coverage it deserves. Visit wapakanow.com. Stay connected online with video clips of local racing action and more. Log on to our website, www.thelocallap.com.
Beaver Dam Raceway is one of the raciest third-mile clay tracks in the area. If you've not had a chance, it's a destination you got to hit when you're in central Wisconsin. It's a great facility, and we're joined now by the general manager of Beaver Dam Raceway, Carolyn Miller. Carolyn, thanks for coming on the program.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You've got a very busy schedule, so thanks for making time to join us here in our studio for the Local Lap. What are some of the things you're looking forward to in 2010 on the schedule of Beaver Dam Raceway?
The Badger Midget Racing Association has joined Beaver Dam Raceway with my 5 divisions. So on specific nights we have 6 divisions, so we've included the Badger Midgets, which is a definite handful for $10 a night. You're getting a lot of racing.
Talk about some of the other divisions that will race there, because I know it's a very popular modified division, number 1. Great car counts. Maybe go through some of the cars that you'll see on a given Saturday night at Beaver Dam.
We generally have about 115 to 120 cars that go through on a Saturday night. Great modified guys.
And the Legends cars are racing for national points as well.
Yes, they run for national points. July 3rd is our national qualifier. Then the guys go down to North Carolina and they run a national qualifying race. Last year we had Eric Barth was the Masters champion, Mike Miller semi-pro champion, and Brandon Schmidt was second in points and the Young Lions. Brandon did win the Young Lions race down in North Carolina.
Carolyn, why don't you talk to us about some of the races and the dates we need to circle on our calendar, or go to wismotorsports.net to find out more.
Well, July 3rd, 17th, and 31st, we have the National Qualifier on the 3rd for the Legends. July 17th, we have Fan Appreciation Night, which is a huge, huge night. We have all kinds of festivities before the drivers hit the track up on top, so come out early for that. July 31st, we have WXRO Radio Race Night, and they give away hundreds and hundreds of tickets, so it's generally a big, big night. August 21st, we have Mayville Horicon Night, where tickets are available at a discount price. We're trying very hard this year to get a lot of new fans out to Beaver Dam Raceway, and with the discount tickets, it's been working very well. Hundreds of extra people, so that's really good.
We mentioned the modifieds and the great divisions you have there. Modifieds are great in number on a given Saturday night, but there's also a big event coming up in September. Why don't you tell us a bit about that, where all the modifieds get to play with some regional and national guys?
September 18th, we have our modified special, $2,000 to win, as long as we have a 100-car count. Last year we had 70 cars. That was the first year that I started it.
And I would like to also point out what you guys have for the fans, the VIP seating, the best seat in the house type of things that are unique to Beaver Dam Raceway.
Definitely. We have 40 VIP tables. They all seat 4. We have a best seat in the house, which is located right next to the scoring tower, which is very up high in the sky, and it's a great, great view. So if anybody's interested, give me a jingle, and I'll be happy to price that out for anybody.
Well, you certainly keep a handle on things, Carolyn. They couldn't do it without you. You're doing a great job. And what I hear from the racers, they respect what you do and they appreciate all your efforts. So thanks for making time for us, and thanks for keeping the racers and the fans included at Beaver Dam Raceway.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed immensely.
Carolyn Miller joining us here at Beaver Dam Raceway. You can see her in action on a given Saturday or Tuesday or Friday night. Check it out at wismotorsports.net.
Stay tuned for more of the Local Lap, where the racers and fans stay connected.
Hi, I'm Scotty Neitzel, driver of the 2W IRA Sprint Car, and the Local Lap begins now.
The Local Lap is where racers and fans stay connected. And you may have heard the voice, but now we're putting the face behind the voice, because Dean Straum's been an integral part of the Local Lap since day one. And Dean, it's exciting to have you here. And let's go back to your origin in racing and how you share your passion here on the Local Lap.
Well, my origins of racing started pretty much from birth. My dad, Bill, was a race car driver with the old modifieds, the really cool, fun, old Miles the Mouse Melius type modifieds. And I went to my first race before I was a year old, and I've been going to races ever since then, primarily short track racing. When I was growing up as a kid, it was Tuesday night at Oshkosh, Wednesday night at Cedarburg, Saturday at Hills Corner, Sunday at Slinger. I just thought that was normal. I thought every kid did that, and if they didn't, I go, what else did you do on a Saturday night if you didn't go to the races?
Now, I had to wait to get out of grade school to go to Cedarburg on a Wednesday, and I couldn't go to Wilmot on a Friday because school was still in session. Was that the case for you growing up? You had to be out of school first?
Yeah, it was a little bit. But actually, they didn't start on Tuesday and Wednesday nights until after the school season got out. So I was a little fortunate in that respect.
And your dad had a one-of-a-kind hauler with the school bus cut in half, open exposed for the car for everybody to see.
It never got finished either. There was a door, the emergency door, where it never got put back on. And it was interesting riding to the racetrack in that.
What have you found on the Local Lap? I know we're trying to cover many things, but I imagine it's right up your alley with the experience you've had from the media side of things, and now getting to share the stories here on the Local Lap on a weekly basis.
The Local Lap is just right up my alley, and it's what I'm passionate about. Everybody's got to be passionate about something. I love short track racing. The names of the drivers who went short track racing here in the southeastern part of the state that have gone on to national prominence, that's great and all, but it's fun to know them and it's fun to see them on TV, but I still like going to the short track. It's what racing's all about, in my opinion.
Well, Dean Straum, we're glad to have you here on the Local Lap.
The Local Lap is brought to you in part by Scott Field Builders, quality craftsmanship guaranteed. Contact us at 920-458-5763. And by Ray Graphics, quality graphics. Ray Graphics will take your next project over the top. Visit our website at ray.com. For sponsorship and show content opportunities, please visit our website, thelocallap.com. Tune in Saturdays at 11 a.m. Central Time for another edition of the Local Lap, where the racers and fans stay connected. Promotional consideration has been provided by Big Game Tree Stands, Scottsfield Builders, and by Ray Graphics. Post-production facilities for the Local Lap are provided by Caveman Productions.